Okay, so here's what we are going to do for today's mastermind call. And I apologize, I meant to get this out to you yesterday, but the day got away from me. What I would like you guys to do, and it's okay, and I want this more to be a brainstorming session than a look at me session. And if you don't have things set in stone, that's okay. I'm not asking you to come with what are your 2018 plans set in stone. But what I want is so we were asked to talk to 3 groups of people for this, and like all we are supposed to be doing on calls now are 3 things. Number one is the 80-day packs. That's it. I mean, we are supposed to be preaching 80-day packs. Number 2, for those people going for Elite and Premier, we are neck deep. We are riding this wave with them until the end of the year. And for everybody else, group 3, what are you going to do in 2018? How are you going to finish this year strong, and how are you going to tackle 2018 differently so that you get better results? Now, once again, I understand how 2017 went. I understand the volume issue. And to me, the volume issue is not reflective at all of your work ethic or how hard you work or any of that stuff. I have the utmost respect for the coaches I work with. I stand up for you guys in meetings simply because I know how much and how passionate you are about these things and how much you want it and how hard you work. That being said, I don't want us to just slide into 2018 without this new direction, new plan. And I'm not saying a complete 180 or anything like that. It can just be, here's what I observed in 2017. Here is kind of things that were brought up, and this is what I want to tackle. This is how I want 2018 to go. And maybe if enough of us share, we can bounce ideas off each other and we can help each other come fine-tune our plan for this upcoming year, because I really do think, and this is the honor, nobody told me to say this, but I really do think 2018 is going to be another year where we figure things out and where we move in the right direction, where I think we've figured out the bugs. I think we've addressed the issues that need to be addressed, and we're ready to take on the year and make sure that people and coaches benefit from this in the way that they want to. So I'm just going to kind of go around the horn. And like I said, I'm not looking for groundbreaking stuff. It can be just simple things you guys have observed and things that you want to try to do. But I want us to at least come with ideas and share those ideas. So Lil, you are on my top left. I'll just kind of go around the horn here. Let's hear what you have to say about this.
I'm continuing to build my online community versus doing free groups every month, and working on duplication in leading better, differently. Okay,
so why did you come up with this? Give us a little bit of backstory as to why you came up with these ideas.
So building my online community, I've built my business like purely on attraction marketing. I was never a big message person, but when I started messaging people last year, it did not work at all, and it was very uncomfortable for me. And so building an online community has just been working really well as an organic way to start authentic conversations. And as far as duplication, I really feel like that's where I fail. I've been focusing and looking a lot at volume, and I looked at my downline volume, and like my 1 week volume is like double or triple my best working coach's monthly volume. There's a discrepancy there, and I need to figure out why am I not duplicating that volume? Why am I not duplicating that rank advancement? Like everything that I've had, there's some sort of lag there.
Guys, chime in. I know I see some questions coming into some thoughts. I want you to let's see if we can't solve this. I think you're not alone in this, Lil. I think a lot of us are kind of dealing with that same thing. So let's kind of hear what some people have to say. Sandra.
Can I just ask you what you mean by building an online community? Like I'm just confused there.
So it's a Facebook group that never ends. Instead of doing a free group every month, and this is something I'm having my team duplicate, and just the idea is that you have to make sure it connects to your business. Like, it's not how to crochet. Mine is clean meal prep for busy moms. And you just run it almost like a fit page in a way, because you have a built-in audience there. So I've been doing mine this is my second month. And I've tried and failed different themes, and this theme seems to be the most popular, in using like an Instant Pot to clean meal prep.
And do you just add people, like go through your friends list and add like all the women or people that you know are moms, or how do you?
Nope, they have to request to join. Did Facebook, it's all marketing. It's all Facebook posts, Facebook ads.
Okay.
I filled it with warm market people at first, even people that were like, Pat, like my groupies. I filled it with my groupies, so there would be good energy in there, and they could set the example for people.
Very good. So does anybody, and I once again, and I hope, I don't want to get stuck on this, I want to hear everybody else's ideas, but I think duplication is definitely an issue everybody needs to tackle in 2018. This is something, and I know I talk about this way too much, but I really do feel this is kind of a big issue for coaches. Is the coaches, you guys right here, have no problem waking up and getting your crap done. You do what you need to do. You know what you need to do. You do your invites. You do your personal development. You do everything you need to do to make when you have control over. You do it. But for some reason there's a gap in having our downline follow suit. And so what we do is, a lot of coaches say, well, I'm just going to work harder. I'm going to set the example even better so that they follow. Great, but you're not getting the results because you're assuming, you're putting way too much into their on them, assuming that they're going to just pick up where you left off, and then you become frustrated, and it just doesn't work out. Duplication, I hope, is on your list of things to tackle in 2018. How can we better get people to do the work they need to do, even in the smallest form of duplication? I'm not saying like mirror image what I do. I just want to see some reflection of you doing the right habits that a successful coach does. And so that should be an issue. And maybe that should be a call we do later, is how to get people to work, because that's how to motivate people, how to get them to make how to duplicate your business, because that ultimately is the end goal. So that's a great topic. Thank you for sharing that. Lindsay, you're up next for us. Let's kind of hear, once again, kind of do the behind story. Here's some things I noticed in 2017. So here's what I plan on doing in 2018.
Okay. So this year I was a 2017 elite coach. So 2016 I made it, I guess you could say. But I made it on my own. My coaches didn't care. They didn't care to help. Like, I don't even know how I pulled that off. Like, to be honest with you, like, there was no working together. It was like I was going for elite for me. And so this year was a rebuilding year for me. I really feel like I was kind of led in the wrong direction, like in past years. And this year I took it upon myself to learn more about me and how to be a real leader, a team leader, and how to do it the right way. And so this past year, I really just worked on building a strong foundation for my team. And I found a ton of women who do exactly what you guys say. It's like amazing. Like I go on Facebook and I'm like, oh my God, they're posting. Oh my God, they're doing a group. Oh my God, like this is actually working, you know? Like I have a thread of them, like with them all in it, and they're all helping each other and sharing posts and commenting on each other's posts. And I'm like, this is like a dream. And so I really, again, like took an entire year to work on this, and I stopped worrying about me and caring about me, and all I did was care about them. And like I didn't care what rank I was, I didn't care about elite, premier, any of that. Like I'm like, all I want is to see them succeed, so I'm going to do everything I can to help them and lead them. So my plans for next year with them, fine, like as a team, because we spoke about it, that as a team we're going to go for elite next year. And we're strategizing for it, planning out certain things to drive volume, certain times over the year that we're going to do refreshes, certain times that we're going to do ultimate resets, just to have that all planned out already. I'm strategizing with them on like the 2017 coaches that need to hit Success Club, so they know that's the points are coming from that, but they also understand that I have to do it as well. So, it's like we have to work together to do it. And I just kind of been going over like the basics of what it even means to be elite and how it has to be done as a team. And so they're all on board and like ready to go, which is just like, I can't believe it. I just like can't even believe it. So that's where I'm at.
I hope you guys understand what just happened there. And Lindsay and I have talked about this for many times. Where she is at now versus where she was at last year are two completely different people. Like our when we talk, they're lovely conversations now. It's very, very positive. It's not her pulling her hair out, wondering why the crap people aren't working.
Like I used to like curse a lot, and like the New Yorker would come out of me and I'd be like, I'm really sorry. I'm like cursing left and right. But like I really had to take a step back. And again, like I think what I was doing was following my leader, my coach, and acting like her. And that maybe works for her, but it doesn't work for me. That's not who I am. And it totally like made me the wrong person. Because it wasn't me, And so I really was like, okay, I really have to like be me and learn how to do this the right way and just like give everything I can to them. And so, like we're going to work our butts off. I said, but all we really have to do, because when I was a premier coach 2 years ago, I didn't follow numbers. I didn't track anything. It just happened. It happened because legit all I did was help people. And like the people that I was working with, we just help people, and I was like, I had like 170 elite points. I didn't even know what that meant. But then last year I was like, like I was not a nice, I don't know. But so I just said to them, like, guys, like these are numbers, this is what it is, but really what we have to do is just help everybody. Like if we just go out there every day, if we wake up every day and say like, okay, let's see how many people I can help today, like that's what's going to make it work. That's how it's going to be pulled off. And I really like this, after I was elite, like I had kind of like a bad taste about it in my mouth. I'm like, why does this like have to define somebody? Like why do you have to be it? And now I'm like, it's not that anymore. It's like, now I want this for my team. I want them to feel like so special. Like they help so many people that they're going to get recognized for this, which is not what I was going for 2 years ago. So that's,
I love it. And what I love about this, guys, is this journey that she has been on. It sounds so obvious, but it's so hard to do. Build a foundation first. Before you start building the house, build a foundation. And coach is like, yeah, I know. I'm going to build a foundation. And so they just start, expecting these crazy things from their brand new coaches and start pushing numbers. And they get short-term success, but then in the end, big bad wolf comes by, blows the house down, and it's so frustrating. And so
it's like this year I was elite. I had nobody to celebrate it with because they all quit. All my diamonds quit. I'm like, this is great. Okay, like, what is like? It felt like fake almost because nobody was even there to celebrate with me, and I don't want that. I want it to be at the end, to be this big, huge celebration with this whole big team. So that's my plans for.
I love it, and I'll say this, and I'll move on. What I don't need to put too much on a pedestal, but what I love about Lindsay, about how she does this, is that's what I'm trying to get across to my coaches. Do what you know you need to do. We all know what we need to do, right? But we're kind of being told what to do, but then we know what we need to do. be okay with it. Be okay with knowing what you need to do. It may not be what anybody else is telling you to do. It may not even be what Beachbody wants you to do, but it's what you need to do. Do it. And then, but don't take the foot off the gas pedal. And I think Lindsay was a great example of that. She never took her foot off the pedal. She just redirected it into positive things. Now she has that foundation, and now she's ready to take her team to the next level. 2017 was that rebuilding year, and she's okay with that. She's ready for 2018. We're not going anywhere anytime soon. You're not going anywhere anytime soon. You might as well get that foundation set now. Plant the tree now so you can enjoy the shade later. That comes with it. So, Jill, I'm going to have you go next. I know you're in the car. I don't know where you're going to be at in a little while, so I'm going to have you jump on next with your plans for 2018.
Yes, I am in the car. I do have a little bit of laryngitis, so hopefully you guys can hear me. So what I'm most excited about in 2018 is to never have to talk about 2017 again. I had just a really hard year in 2017, and I have no one to blame but myself. I basically need to do what Lindsay has done, and I need to take the focus off of myself, because I've talked to Kevin a lot about this. I'm good when it comes to my health, my fitness, what I'm doing, but I've lost my team because I haven't been focusing on my team. I think it's the sign of the times. I think people quit because they quit, they do whatever. But it's also a reflection of the amount of time and effort that I was putting into my team. And that's got to change. And, I think back to basics is what you guys said. It's like we all know exactly what we need to do. And Kevin, what you just said 5 seconds ago was like an aha moment. Like you get told by people, your mentors, your other coaches, this is what you need to do. You need to do this. You need to run these groups. You have to, do this on Instagram. You have to post this many times a day. But in reality, like we all have something that we know what we as an individual need to do. And like, I know what I need to do. And it might not be running, free groups every month, or it might not be an Instagram training. It's doing what I know I need to do because I've been there before. Like I've had that success before as a coach. I know what I did to get to that point. I stopped doing it for some stupid reason. And now it's time to kind of get back to doing that. So for me, 2018, it's about new beginnings. It's about learning from 2017, not thinking about it in a negative way, because I don't think of it negative now. I think of it as how much I've learned throughout the past year of what I can do better. And there's so much that I can do better. And I'm just so ready to put that stuff into play for 2018, because like Kevin said, this business isn't going anywhere. I'm not going anywhere. There's no need to rush it. I know my first year I was like, I got to do this. I got to do this. I got to get, to 5-star. I got to get to elite. And it happened. But it happened so quickly that it fell apart just as quickly as it happened. And that's what I don't want to happen again. I want to build it the right way. I want to do the right things. I know what I need to do, and it's just about doing it. So for me, 2018 is going to be about doing it and getting done, and just making sure that it's a much better year than 2017, learning from what happened and just growing. So I'm excited for 2018.
Whoa, that was a motivational speech right there, Jill. That was
yes.
Awesome. That was great. So, and I maybe just expand a little bit on that theme. Jeff, one of Jeff Hill's favorite books, and I think you guys have heard this before, is called The One Thing. If you haven't read it, read it. Phenomenal book. It breaks it down into the simplest form. What's the one thing you need to be doing right now to get you off the ground, to move your business forward? Most of us, and it breaks it down to, okay, what's the one thing? Well, what's the one thing when it comes to that? Okay, what's the one thing? So it comes down to very, very simple terms. And I really like that because the book so side note, when we go to this, we're going to an offsite training Wednesday and Thursday, tomorrow and Thursday. And Carl made us read the book, The Obstacle is the Way. And I had to read that book. He gave it to us Friday, and I have to read it by Wednesday. I don't read books that fast, and so it's kind of a weird thing for me. But it kind of is that same thing. We're going to run into obstacles. There's no clear path to success. We're going to run into obstacles. So how do you tackle these obstacles? And it comes down to, and then it breaks it down to, okay, so what do you need to be focusing on right now? And I think a lot of us know the answer, which is so funny, but we kind of avoid that answer because we're being told, kind of like Jill said, from different sources, what we should be doing, but we know what we need to be doing. And I'm giving you permission to focus on that one thing. And it's probably, I can guarantee it's different for everybody in this group, and that's okay. That's what I'm talking about. I want you to tell me what the 1 to 2 things you're focusing on right now or going to focus on in 2018 that's going to be different. That's going to kind of just clarify where you're going in 2018. And Jill, that was perfectly said. We do have some awesome talks. And Jill she's ridden the roller coaster from, like she said, quick. First year you were elite, is that what you said?
Yeah, I went from emerald to elite like in a year.
That's not supposed to happen, by the way.
Yeah.
But she did it, and she's learned her lesson. And now I feel like she knows what she needs to focus on. What's the one thing she needs to focus on? And
I think like with what Lil said about the duplication, I think it's what I'm trying to focus on is finding my avatar and attracting my tribe, because I feel like you can't duplicate with people who don't think the same way that you do or don't believe in the same thing that you do. In my first group of diamond coaches, I mean, they're great people. I love them to death, but they're not really my tribe. So I'm really trying to focus in on posting and talking to and sending messages to people who I think are like me, who are going to have the same vision as me. And then I think duplication becomes a little bit easier. I don't think that's the only answer, but I do think that might be part of the solution, is if you can find more people who are like you, like-minded, like whatever, fitness, health, whatever you're into, they're going to do what you do because they're going to be like you. So that's my like one thing that I need to do is start honing into my avatar, and that's who I need to start attracting.
Yep. And then from there,
do you guys do the Jesse Regan training, or is anybody in here in it?
I do.
I found that like I started that. It's been like a year and a half that I've been doing it, and I really found that really helped me. Like when I really focused on it and did it and found my winning ad, and like it was hell trying to get there, you know. But that is really what helped me find these people. I mean, it wasn't like they just came to me, you know, but then it was easier for me to message people and get the right type of people into my free groups, you know, so that way I could talk to the people that are more like me and focus on them. And by doing that, I was able to find, I like really feel like I found this like people that are like me. It's like crazy. Like, you know, like when people say that and you're like, but how? Like, I've always been like, but how? I don't understand. Like, how do you do that? And I feel like because I continued with this Jesse Regan training and just following through and being consistent every day with these people, it's helped. It's helped a lot. So if you are in it, I would just keep keep going with it, you know?
Okay, let's do this. I don't want to go any past our time. We're about, between 10 minutes before we're out. And we have Sandra and Jess. So let's do 4 minutes each on this. Sandra, let's have you go first. Kind of 2017, your views and how you want 2018 to go in 4 minutes.
Well, 2017 wasn't great for me. I just didn't really pick up until after Summit. I was just kind of second guessing the whole business thing. And so once I came back from Summit, I, really decided that I needed to start, pushing and getting back into it. And even if I don't hit Elite or Premier, it's okay, because all the work that I'm doing now is just going to set me up for 2018. I just feel for me, what I'm going to focus on is building my network, because I just feel like the people that are commenting and liking on my post are just friends, family, people that are already in my groups. And I just need a whole set of fresh new people. And so my focus is to really try to build my network, and not just on Facebook. And then, with duplication, it's hard. I brought on like 3 months ago or 2 months ago, 7 new coaches. And I get stuck at the part where I have, set them up, got them started right. The ones that are, interested in this business have run free groups, have finished the training, but get on the team calls, but they're just still not hitting Success Club and still not really growing anywhere. And I feel like this stage is where they don't start seeing income and they start fizzling out. And I've had one-on-ones with them and they get very motivated and excited after the call, and then they're ready to go. And then a month later, we're at this part again. And, I just, kind of like Lindsay was saying, you kind of just get those people, because my upline did not do a whole lot for me. And so I just wanted this business to work, and I just figured it out. I remember calling Coach Relations all the time. As soon as I found out they were 24/7, I must have called them a million times. I was YouTubing coaches to find out what to do first, and I made it happen. And it's just, I feel like I have a couple of those people, but I just need more. And so, you kind of have to think about it like the top 10 coaches like Melanie Mitro and Bonnie Engel and Amy Silverman. They are bringing in, I don't even know, but they're bringing in coaches monthly. And I could say for myself, I am not bringing in coaches monthly. Recruiting has been a different beast this year. It is not the way it used to be. And so they are bringing in coaches regularly. So if they have people that this business isn't for them, or they're not those go-getter type of people, it's okay, because they are constantly bringing in people and they have everything in place for it to be, easy on them, to when they're onboarding them and training them and then putting them in groups. And, I'm sure some get lost in the shuffle, but for the majority, I think that is what we have to keep doing, is continuing to bring more people in. And I know it's easier said than done, but I feel like for the first 2 years of my business, I portrayed this as, work from home, work out of your pajamas, work in your yoga pants. This is so much fun, Those are the people that I was attracting, and those are the people that came into my business. And when it wasn't easy and fun, they were gone. So my strategy for 2018 is to talk about the business a lot, talk about how great this business can be. But when I do ask for people, I'm going to ask for people that are interested in really network marketing, and they're interested in building a business for themselves. Because I think we sugarcoat that so much that when they come in and they see the work that has to be done, because, I have friends that work in other MLMs, they don't have to do the stuff that we have to do. We do a lot. We run our challenge groups. We're putting our challenge groups together where, other than the things that they do, I think they're power hours, what most MLMs do, and that's it. For us, it's so much more. And I think if you bring in people that don't have that work ethic, then those are the type of people that are going to fizzle out. So my goal is to build my network and really talk about the business more, and not be like shy about it. We have great products. Our mission is to help people. It's like I'm not going to sugarcoat it anymore, but I am going to talk about the business more, about network marketing more. Because whatever you're selling, they see me doing the workouts. They see me posting about nutrition and stuff. So I just feel like for me, that's the route I'm going to go. It's like, I feel like kind of like enough's enough. Like I need to start building my income. And that's got to happen for me in 2018. So, I just feel like I need to go about this. I had a call I did one-on-ones with all of my coaches in the past 2 weeks. And, some of them are like, well, I'm not about rank. And I'm like, you know what? I said, here's the thing. I said, you should be pushing for diamond, not for me. don't worry about me, getting my 6-star or 7-star. Don't worry about that. Worry about you. You want an income. You told me you want to do this because you want to quit your job. Well, when you become diamond, your commission structure goes up. You make more when you're diamond. You have more volume under you from the coaches you've brought on. So if you're not becoming diamond because of rank and you don't want to not help me, but you know what I'm saying, like do it for me, you're holding yourself back. Call diamond something else. Call it your bonus. Whatever you want to call it, you've got to start, and so I've been talking to them that way because I feel like they do feel like, well, I'm not ready for diamond. Okay, but you do want to make more money. So if you're not ready for diamond, then how are you going to make more money? And the whole thing, like Lindsay was saying about elite and it being a team thing, I struggle with that so much. And because, we all get frustrated when we have coaches that come on and they're like, yes, I want to do this. And then you see them fizzle out and it's like, you're just dragging your team along. And it's kind of hurtful. You're just like, I'm just so tired of dragging these people along. I do so much for them. I give them so much of my time and effort that when you tell them, and I'd like to know what you kind of said, Lindsay, it's like, okay, this year we're going for elite. Sometimes I feel like my team feels like, yeah, we could say we're an elite coach, but really what is it in it for me other than saying, yeah, I'm on an elite team? Or what, it's like, you're the one that gets all the recognition. You're the one that gets all the gifts. You're the one that gets the, extra stuff at like Summit and this and that. So what do you say to them when it's like that?
So I have to tell you, like, my people now, like when I said this, when I came home from leadership and I had like a aha moment with Ruth Schrauner when she was talking about her big scary goals and whatever, relaying them to the team. And I was like, I have to go home to my team and like talk to them about this. So that's why, I had a big call with them. And it's just different. Like, it's so different this year. Like when I presented this to them, like, do you want to do this with me? Because this is a team thing and I can't do it by myself. I need my team to do it together, and we have to work on things together and strategize and plan things out and da-da-da. And they were just like, yes. Like, yes, we want it. Yes, we want to do this. And it's almost like they want it, but they also get excited, like, for me as their leader, whereas my team, I guess if you want to call it that got us to elite before, they were like, well, why does she get the gifts? Well, why would we want to put exactly what you just said? Like, why would we want to put our time and effort? Our name's not going to be up there. We're not going to be standing on stage. That was their thoughts, negative. And this time when I presented it, they were like, let's do it. Let's just help as many people as we can. And so it was a very different vibe. They didn't care. They don't care about like the recognition or anything like that. But what I also did when I presented it to them, I said, write these things down, because if you want to take your team to elite one day, you should have these strategies written too. So that way you know what to do to lead an elite team. And so they're all taking notes of different things that I'm saying that we should do. But it's just the people's mindset. It's really it, like they want to see our team succeed. And I know exactly what you mean, where the other people were like, F you, like,
nobody ever said anything. It's just the impression I got. And like pushing for, when I was elite this year, pushing for it last year, I felt like you got to hold your diet. I had to tell them, like, if you should know that you need to stay down.
Like I used to tell people
that for yourself.
I used to say, like, you've got to hit Success Club. Like, we've got it, like Success Club. And I'd be dragging them and begging them and please, like, is there any way you can get like your mom to buy or somebody to buy a challenge pack so you hit Success Club, right? And I just was dragging all year long, and it just took so much out of me. Like, I was just like, by the end of it, I'm like, was this even worth it? And then This time I was like, all right, this one. You guys are the 2017 coaches. Like, you guys are the ones that have to hit Success Club. And they were like, we're on it. No problem.
Okay.
You know?
We got to move on. We're short on time. I want to be sensitive.
But Sandra, if you want to talk privately another time about it, we can totally do that.
Well,
Okay, thanks.
All right, Jess, we're going to have you bring us home some things you learned in 2017 and how it's going to change in 2018. With little Ev in the back.
Evelyn's here. Okay, I mean, I can be pretty easy with this one because 2017 was the year that I became full-time with this. But in my mind, I was thinking, how the hell did I even get to this point to be able to do that? And I still really struggle with even belonging in a group like this. Like, I still just really struggle with my own mindset of stop telling yourself you don't belong here, because obviously you do. You've worked your ass off to get here. So accept that, celebrate it, and figure out what to do with it next. So 2017, what started off amazing. I just announced I wasn't going back to teaching for the rest of that year. But it was like the moment I announced that I was going full time, I expected it to be like, I've got all this time now. I can do all of these different things. And I went in a million different directions with a lot of different trainings. And I spread myself too thin. I think in a way expecting myself as like this stay-at-home working mom to be able to juggle all balls in the air at all times. So with 2017, it's ending rough, and I'm almost ending in the stage I feel like where a lot of you were last year, where, you know, a lot of my coaches are starting to say, I'm losing the fun. They're dropping rank. I'm dropping rank. And I'm going, okay, so what has happened from last January to now? And so I'm really trying to do a little bit of discovery on that. But personally, I really want to become more systematic. I want to treat this business like the full-time business that it has become for me, and do that with my coaches. So I'm trying to figure out how I can do that with a 16-month-old at home and balancing all of that. So I feel like this year is going to be my big rebuilding, getting refocused, and really not even necessarily achieving specific goals. I feel like I really need to get myself in a system and bringing my coaches along with me. I tried, like, you know, I did the Josh Coates training. I was messaging so many people, but I lost myself in that because that's not how I built this business to where it is. And I understand that you have to change and adjust, but I feel like I was like, oh, well, they found success with it, so they're a full-time coach, I'm going to do that. And I lost very much of how I built this business. So I feel like I need to get back to that. You know, like you guys said, when you start focusing on the 5-star and the elite points, like my very first year, I didn't even know what Success Club was. And I was hitting like 28 and 30 on an average every month. And I was like getting these elite emails. I would delete them because I didn't know what they were, but I was like on my way for qualification. I had no clue. And I feel like I want to get back to that with my coaches. It's not about the numbers. It's only numbers wise. It's only about how many people you're able to help and inspire. And I think it's helping them to realize the value that everything that we have to offer has, and also to continue just to find people who can be that passionate and exude the passion that you can really use to change someone's life. So I'm just heading back to that mindset with the idea that I need to stop treating this like the hobby that it was leading up to this point, and really become more systematic. Those were my points.
That was perfect. So guys, in the end, I think we're all kind of saying the same thing in different ways. It's going to come back to this one thing concept. Doesn't matter who tells you what to do. I think we've all tried doing other people's, what they tell us to do. It's time to do what we know we need to do and do it, and be okay with it and accept it and see it to the end. There's something we know we should do better, but saying, okay, so tell me what to do better, that's not the right answer. We need to look at your business at where it's at. And on our one-on-ones from now until the end of the year, I want you guys to come up with these one things. Like, here's what I'm going to do, and I'm going to be okay with this. Kind of like maybe call it the Lindsay approach. I was told how to run a business. It wasn't how I wanted to run it. Now I'm running it the way I want to do it, and I'm okay with it, and I'm where I want to be at this point, and I'm ready for this next year to come. That's where we need to go. So, Christine, I know you jumped on late. What I want you to do is I want you to go on our group page and to kind of do the same thing. Here's what happened in 2017, and here's what I'm going to do differently in 2018 that's going to bring me, hopefully, success in my business and in my team business. Great call, guys. Let's continue talking about this. Let's continue sharing. If you guys come up with questions or ideas, let's share them on our group page. So many good things that are coming in 2018. Just like Jess said, that was a great way to finish. We can't treat it like a hobby. We can't just expect success to come without putting in the work. And not just, I'm not saying physical work, but also that mental work of figuring things out that's going to work for you in your business. It's taking time to just sit down and write things out rather than say, how can I recruit more people? That's not the answer. The answer is not recruiting more people. Because if you recruit people into a toxic business, they're not going to grow. And so we need to make sure that we have the structures in place. So great call today, guys. Thank you so much for joining us on this call. We're back to our 2-week schedule, so we will see you in 2 weeks from now. Thanks, guys.